Okay, no? Things are okay. Recording and everything is very good. But organizing, this is the second management function after planning. But for planning, we did the 3 lessons: general planning, strategic planning, and decision making. We had some cases also. This is a small lesson. Today we can do a few cases. I think after the quiz. Online members can hear, no? They can see and hear. Right. There are a few learning outcomes of this lesson. First, we are defining, organizing. Then basic functions, 3 functions of organizing should be identified and displayed. Then using diagrams, things in the third function, second function, departmentalization should be identified with the different types of it. Right, then finally we will identify basic organizing principles. In the introduction lesson also, some of them were considered already. Right. This is very important. Without this, the managers cannot achieve the plans. During the strategies, then this gives the managers support to deploy resources. To know how to deploy resources, including human resource, over activity, to do the task. Get the task done. I have included another diagram also. Biological diagram. 3 systems. Civil organizing principles or main 3 functions can be seen there also, no? As a natural system. Then most management principles can be studied naturally before we consider an organization. Right. These are biological systems, open systems, operating in the environment. Right. Then the 3 big figure system also takes resources, resources or inputs from the environment. Right. Then to deploy the resources, it has leaves, no? Different leaves, block of leaves. Then those have been indicated in boxes, rectangular boxes, which are similar to the different jobs in an organization. Job design or function can be symbolized with that. Right. Then looking at the similarities and differences, the jobs are clustered, grouped into divisions. That is called departmentalization. Then some boxes can be attributed in a particular branch or area. Then that is similar to departmentalization, second organizing function. Right. But to do the things, to operate, to grow up as a tree, then the coordination also should happen. Right. In its process. Right. Vertical, horizontal, both types of coordination can be seen there. Then not it can do the things as organizations are doing their things, activities. Right. That's why I selected that showed this to attribute the 3 major functions in organization, job design, departmentalization, and coordination. Coordination is twofold. One is vertical, the other one is the horizontal or lateral. Right. Then I said organization is the deployment. It helps deploying organizational resources to achieve the strategic goals or all goals. Right. We can say organization is the deployment of resources. Deployment of resources of an organization in order to achieve its goals, its strategic goals. Then put grammatical. But anyhow, this is the way textbook has presented. Organization is the deployment of resources of an organization to achieve, help achieving its goals. First, strategic goals should be achieved. That's right. Those are there. Already said. Deployment means What are the similar verbs for deployment? Deploy. Use, no? Use. Use. Using resources. Bhavita. Single Bhavita. Use. Right. Then next point says the deployment of resources is reflected in these three functions. I said division of labor into so dividing labor into specific tasks, that is job designing. The task should be clustered to the departments. Then using the formal lines of authority, there should be a mechanism to coordinate these tasks or activities throughout the organization, vertically and horizontally. Right. That's how organizing does this task as a critical function in the management process. Then without a structure, we can't do. There should be a structure. That's the main aim of this function. That is called organization of chart. But here we will consider departmental charts on departmental charts. That is part of the organizational chart. All are not identified. Then, as I said before, try to consider one particular full organizational chart of an organization, Sri Lankan organization, that has been mentioned in an annual report. In all annual reports, I think in the middle or in the annexures, there is a chart, no? That is the full chart, organizational chart, indicating all positions from the top level to the lowest level. And I assign that right, you to find and refer, right? Keep a good annual report, at least a soft copy, download from the website of a company. Then not only this, no, many others can be lively seen. How those are in the practice, in the use. But here we are only learning concepts, fundamentals. It should be practice, no? Those should be practice, nothing else. Things are not taken from the planet, no? There are special studies, but those are only investment, costly investment. Nothing to develop. These days, there are pictures going on about aliens, no? Dead bodies of aliens. But it can be possible one way. We have to find more information. And there's another river going on before Morocco earthquake. No? There are some silver landscape, no? Lightings. Okay. Our scientists are researching that centuries ahead, not centuries, thousands of years before that. Right. Anyhow, we have to consider the practicable principles. Right. Believable, practicable things. Right, then after that explanation, now we are going to identify the first basic function of organizing that involves three functions, no? Job designing or job design. Better to use verbs, job designing, because these are functions. Job designing, departmentalization, coordination or coordinating. Right. Then coordination is in twofold, no? Vertical and horizontal coordination. Right. Then one by one we can explain them briefly. Job designing is actually an HRM function. It is mainly studied in HR, human resource management. In the HRM process, that is the second function. Job designing is the second HRM function. But in this general management also it is discussed under staffing. Those functions are there in this syllabus as well. Right. General management involves all these, all functions and then all levels and external environment, everything should be studied. Future of business, everything should be covered. Right. Then what is the first HRM function? It is the job analysis, no? Job analysis should be done by HR people or administrative people or any manager doing that. Should first gather information about the jobs and the qualities required to perform the job. Based on that, two documents are developed and maintained, no? Job description and job specification. Right. Therefore, first the HR function is the job analysis. After that, job design should be done based on the information got from the analysis. Right. After that, there are some other HR functions like human resource planning, then staffing. Staffing involves recruitment, selection, hiring. After that, performance evaluation should be done to identify any skills gap, knowledge gaps of people. Then after that, to fill the gap, training and development should be given as another HR function. There are some other advanced functions also like compensation management, welfare management, health and safety management, grievance management, labor relations, career management, career planning and development. All of these are the different HR functions. HRM is another subject you are taking. So some may be accepted. Yeah, right. The good lecture is doing from here. Yeah. Only one lecture. Right. Then job designing is the act, HR act of determining tasks and responsibilities. There are only two things are given, but there's another one. Not tasks and responsibilities, in between there's another one that is called duties. Duties. Duties are collection of different tasks. Therefore, we are responsible for the duty, not only to do one or two tasks and to skip other tasks. In doing a job, we are responsible to do the duty with the different tasks. Therefore, you can, but when you do HR, you can think of the here, now this is enough. Right. But anyhow, job designing is an HRM function. HRM function determining tasks and responsibilities of each and every job of a job. Then as teachers, lecturers, we are doing different tasks. No? Planning, those are also tasks. Moving, walking, sitting, standing, writing, operating, talking, no? Different tasks. But all tasks should be used to do the teaching duty, lecturing duty. Then for that, the person is personally responsible. Right. The job design involves determining different tasks, all tasks, duties, and the responsibility of the job holder or of a job. Right. In blue color words, we can see different job design techniques, job design methods or techniques used by organizations. Right. What are these? Alternate job design techniques. First one is job simplification. It mainly happened during the scientific management era, but even today it should be done to a certain level. Otherwise, job efficiency cannot be considered. Performance cannot be enhanced. Right. But in addition to that, to address the behavioral requirements of the job holder, the other alternative job design techniques also emerge as job rotation, job enlargement, and enrichment. Right. What happens in job rotation? Then a same worker is rotated in different jobs periodically, depending on the requirement of performing the particular task. But this can be applied only for supportive jobs, not in the upper level jobs. Only for blue collar jobs, not in white collar jobs. An engineer cannot do a task done by a doctor, no? Or task done by a nurse or a what is lawyer. These are different functional areas, expertise. Therefore, job rotation. Then at the managerial level also, no, it is difficult to use rotation as defined. Yeah. The marketing manager cannot do the task done by the finance manager. No? These are two different disciplines. HR manager cannot do task done by a production manager. That's why different departments are there under those names. Right. But some other forms of rotations can be done. Change in the place, no? A manager can be transferred to a head office from a branch and vice versa, or to a foreign plant, likewise. But that is not the meaning given in this definition, no, of job design. It says that systematically shifting the worker through similar tasks, similar jobs, periodically. Normal clerk can be assigned as a special clerk. It is possible. No? The clerk can be assigned as a driver even. If he has a driving license, can drive it. But the main thing is attitude. He should agree to drive. Right. But it is possible. Or the same can be assigned at the reception as a frontline or receptionist. Then can be placed at a data operator. Yeah, at the lower level jobs, this is possible, but in the upper level jobs. But practically other types of transfers, no, rotations can be done, no. Change in geographical or assign homework, not always physical work. During the pandemic, we had those are also kinds of shifting the work from the normal routines to the new ways. Right. Then a worker can utilize his or her different skills. He can get the personal benefits also. Then it is what is called a difference, no? Difference to avoid the boredom and fatigue. All these are behavioral requirements. The aim of these new job design techniques is to enhance the effectiveness. Effectiveness. The main aim of job simplification is to enhance the effectiveness. Sorry, efficiency. Right. Then it means grouping up or identifying the most relevant tasks of a job. Not all the tasks. The most relevant tasks narrowly should be identified. That's what the main focus of the scientific management. Then a very specialized worker was produced a very skilled work, but it is not happening in the Japanese organization. No. The main focus of Japanese organization. So Japan is to develop a multi-skilled work. Multi-skilled work. It is similar to the traditional craftsman work orientation. That is better now. Even now, the importance of that has been understood by other organizations as well. That's why now the trend needs to recognize multi-skills, multidisciplinary skills in selecting and employing candidates for a job. Right. Then in other terms, all these job design techniques should be considered in a combination, in a mix, not one by one separate. Right. In the third one, the scoping, expanding the enhancing the scope of the job or breadth of the job is it. Therefore, it is said as horizontal loading of a job, not vertical, horizontal. Then to do that new task, new tasks, new duties should be given for the existing employee or for the current job. The main idea of that is to utilize different competencies or skills of the job role. We are also doing that, no? Our job has been enlarged, asking not only to do undergraduate lectures, but to do other lectures. This is another example. We are doing some other lectures in other institutions. That is why I am not justifying that. It is an example. Right. Then another ways of scoping up our job is we have been asked to do research, conduct research and publish research findings, do consultancy based on our expertise, write books and publish them to share the knowledge. Then have some community linkage to outreach us and the university. Like us. For you also, those are applicable. While doing a normal task, you have to do some other tasks. Maybe being a member of a subcommittee, committee, or task force, or a circle. Right, then job with enrichment involves giving more responsibility. The last word in the definition of job designing should be considered. But practically, both the enrichment and enlargement happen together. While giving enhancing the enlargement, it leads to achieve the or have the enrichment. Practically, both happen together. Right. Then to enrich the job, the new responsibility should be given, or responsibility of the job holder should be enhanced. How it can be enhanced? Giving more number of subordinates, no? Assigning more number of subordinates. Then now, for giving more expensive and sophisticated resources to perform the job. A new machine can be given, no? A very expensive machine can be given to a machine operator. Then the machine operator's responsibility goes up. Right. Then for a supervisor, more number of employees can be assigned. Right. For a lecturer, more number of students can be assigned. Now UGC has sent more people, more students to the faculty. That's how our responsibility can be enhanced. That is one way. Right. That's how enrichment can happen. But practically, all these should be used in a mix. Simplification, rotation. As I mentioned, job rotation should be given to all employees in different means. Not in the way it has been defined. Yeah. Some other flexible arrangements, like work arrangement to do the task can be given under new ways of rotating the job. Sometimes workers are getting study leaves, not full pay study leaves, and try to do higher studies or try to do the jobs in another country, branch, or head office, if it is a multinational or foreign firm. Some are getting foreign training opportunities. No? After that, they should come back and serve the organization, share the knowledge to the systems. Right. Like us practically today, no? All these should work together in an organization. Then both efficiency, effectiveness can be enhanced. Then finally, productivity will go up. Organizational productivity performance will go up. So that it can gain competitive advantage. HR is the main resource, no, to gain competitive advantages. Even now, in news, I heard that while coming here, those countries, actually popular countries in Asia, including China, Malaysia, Vietnam, India, they are going to drastically invest in human resource to develop the economy further and further. That's the main resource, no? Cutting edge resource to gain competitive advantages and to improve the productivity. Because they are using other resources also, no? They should use other resources also. This is the only live one. HR. I think departmentalization is the second organizing function that we noted. It means grouping or clustering different jobs found in the job design into units, department, divisions, and so on. Organization to organization, the naming of the department can be seen different. Some are naming them as a division. Hospital is a division. Some other organization, divisions. Some use the same name, department. Some use it units. All those as units. Sometimes the current unit can be reworded as department. That is happening in the university sector. If one particular new area, newly identified area, academic area, cannot be first set up as a department, then it is identified as a small unit in a department. After that, it can be presented as another separate department. As an example, in our faculty, the hospitality and leisure management is currently a unit. Up to now, it was a unit. Now, it will be reworded as a department, separate department. Now, then we will have 3 departments. I need one for the current 7 departments. That also involves a departmentalization. Then those are the different types of departmentalization, or different bases of departmentalization, or different modes. Right. First one is the simple departmentalization. That's a definition, and these can be considered under the organizational structure. Then we can call that as simple organizational structure also. Right. That is applicable for the small scale businesses, not small businesses, small proprietorship type businesses. That's the starting point for a multinational firm even. No? That's the starting point. Then no much layers is such a simple departmentalization structure. Sometimes the owner, all of the business makes all decisions, managerial decisions. Then for these organizations, we see the top position as the owner manager position. There are few employees that directly reporting to the owner manager. Then second one is the mostly seen one when the organizations expands the large, medium, and large scale. Then traditional functional departments can be found here as production, marketing, finance, HR, ICT, R&D, likewise. Then these managers are called as functional managers within the department. But they should directly report to a position like general manager position. The general manager can be formally a marketing manager or finance manager or any manager. Then project managers, if they are project managers, they also hold similar positions as other functional managers. They also can directly report to the general manager or the director. If no general manager position, then there can be directors about this position. Right. Then these three are applicable. These two are applicable for the organizations or the group companies having different SBUs. Then only having functional department cannot help deployment of efficient and effective deployment of resources for those organizations. They have entered into different business lines. No? Then those should be handled allocating resources very specifically. Right. Then for those organizations, either product department or market departmentalization should be introduced along with the functional departmentalization. Right. Then these market managers or product managers are only similar position compared to the functional positions. Therefore, as I mentioned before, the need of reporting directly to the general manager by project managers, these are also similar to different project managers. They also can directly report to the general manager or to the directors. They need not to go through the functional managers, but they can cooperatively work with them. In using the hierarchy, they need not to go through them. They can directly go for the next generalist position. Right. When an organization does business in different geographical areas in the country or in a region or in the globe, then geographical departmentalization should happen. Right. That's why we call we see branch managers, or area managers, or country managers, or regional managers. Right. Last one is applicable, as I said, when employees and executives are holding dual reporting styles, dual responsibilities. Dual means they have the normal responsibility and another responsibility to perform the project-related tasks simultaneously. Then a matrix or rectangular or box style pattern of relationship emerges. That is called matrix departmentalization. I will show them different diagrams. But practically, all these should happen together, appropriately for a business. Right. But if it is only a small business currently, then this is only applicable. It cannot set up functional departments right now. In future, it may do. Right. This is one hypothetical example for the simple organizational or simple departmentalization structure. At top, we see the owner of the manager. Then there are few employees directly reporting to him or her. In a small restaurants, hotels, property development firms, businesses, those can be considered as enterprises. What Kelly said, enterprises, all enterprises. In a businesses selling vegetables, fruits, fish, all can have. Their scale is very less. They have employees less than 50. 50. Number is less than 50. 50 to 200 is the medium. I think as I remember. Then organizations having employees more than 200 can come into the last stage. The number is time to time. You better check that. That is one. Another way is the capital employee in the business. But if we use the number of employees, this is easy. We can quickly understand. Right. This is one hypothetical example to understand the function of departmentalization. As I said, these are the functional managers heading each department. Then they are placed at the middle level in the hierarchy. Then all of them directly should report to the general manager or to directors. Then this is applicable for large-scale organizations in both sectors. No? In the both sectors, products manufacturing and service. Sector is the broader one, no? Industry, there can be different industries in the sector, but we use the two terms interchangeably. Right. This is one hypothetical example for the product departmentalization. The similar components in the previous diagram can be seen here. What is the new component? New component is this one. Then this business, this organization engages in these three other products for businesses also. No? This may be a finance company or finance company. It engages in property development, leasing, deposits. Right. Then these three are different products, different financial products. Right. Then each should be looked after by a particular product manager. Right. That's why another layer comes in, similar to the functional layer. Right. Then all these managers can directly report to the general manager. They can communicate with each other, but in the hierarchy, the product managers need not to go through the functional manager. They can directly go to the general manager. This may be a large-scale finance company, yeah? Large scale. That's why it has the functional departments also. Right. Then in a similar way, here we don't use the term product, but here we use the term market, looking at the different customer categories the organization has. Right. Here, what are the different customer categories mentioned for this organization? There are corporate customers, no? Then where B2B marketing happens. Then consumer sales is also there, where B2C marketing happens. The other one is the import, overseas sales through exports. Then it is another division, no? Export division. Right. Then corporate customer division, consumer division. Right. Then those functional organized departments are also remaining here. This is a large scale. Again, maybe large scale business, no? In any should export the products, goods. There can be a ceramic manufacturing company. Yeah, ceramic or tea, okay. Rubber manufacturing, rubber exporting, tea exporting, handicraft exporting. Like that. But it should export, definitely. Sometimes it can import and there's a small value addition, no, for the products, and then can export to another overseas market. Such businesses are also there now in Sri Lanka, no? They are doing the re-export. Right. Then this is the illustration for the geographical departmentalization. Similar general manager, functional manager relationship can be seen, but since it operates over different geographical areas. This is in a country in Sri Lanka, in different provinces, but only 3 provinces are mentioned there, no? But later it can get into other provinces also. Right. What are the 3 provinces mentioned there? Western province, North province, and the Central province. There can be branches in these areas. Therefore, Regarding the geographical performances, these area managers can directly report to the general manager. They also need not to go through the functional manager, but they can communicate with functional managers for the HR matters, on administrative matters applicable to their employees. But in Sri Lanka also there are many businesses, no? Several businesses catering into this nature. No? They are expanding the locations. Even such bookshops can be here, no? Bookshops. What else? Fast food items or bakery items. Hotels. There can be such hotels located in different places. So there can be some engineering outlets, companies like Elcado, etc. Having different regional offices. Their aim is to satisfy all customers, no, throughout the country. But this would not happen overnight. In commercial banks also, no, this structure happens, no. This is there for commercial banks. Right, this is the last one. This happened because of the lower level executives and employees should report to the two jobs, two duties, no, simultaneously. The vertically we see their normal duty, normal tasks assigned from the job description, but time to time they are selected and engaged in special tasks like project management, ERP, resource planning, enterprise resource planning, quality improvements. All these are circles of task forces or subcommittees. These are not the permanent tasks, no? Important tasks. Otherwise, the organization should hire new employees, no, for these tasks. It's very costly. Then there can be a lot of conflicts happening. Then the current employee should be engaged in this. It is required by them also, no, to enhance their motivation and job satisfaction, to get their maximum contribution from different skills. Even our faculty, this happens from ethics. In schools also now, such a relationship can be seen. Teachers should do some project work. We have to present in prepare project reports. But in a team, as a team. In universities also there are different subcommittees formed. As an example, I can give some examples for the different areas like curriculum development, community development, student mentoring, student counseling, research, consultancy. For these are different tasks. They are forming subcommittees or project teams from the same workforce. If workforce is not recruited, the same workforce should be used. Otherwise, it would be a threat to the current business operation. Then here, these executives, no? Executives in operation department, marketing, HR, finance. All these have been engaged in the project one. There's a project called project one. Then while reporting to their normal goals, these all executives, no, in this layer should report to the project manager. Right. Regarding the performance, the progress of the project. Then that is one way of forming the metrics. But in below also we see that, no? But project 2 is not applicable to all executives. It is applicable only for the executives in operations, HR and finance. Right. Oh, it should have been taken to the marketing actually, Finance can be done with this centrally. Financing can be done, accounting can be done. This is a supportive function. Right. But project marketing should be done separate for this job work, for the project too. Sometimes I think that these two projects are similar. That may be the reason. Then these executives should report to the project 2, manager project 2 as well. Then naturally, these brings matrix relationship or dual relationship. It is one alternative exception for the traditional unity of command principle found by the classical theories in the favor. He said at a particular time, any executive or employee should have only one boss to report. No, that's what the unity of command says. But these new relations are the exceptions for that. Here, no unity of command. No, there are two command or two reporting styles, dual reporting style. Not only a single reporting style. Right. This is another trending area in organizational structure to use to have metrics organizational or departmentalization structure. Most of the business. Right. Third one is the coordination. We noted two types of that. This is the first one, vertical coordination. What's the main purpose of using vertical coordination as one type of coordination? To fill the gap between the top level, top management level and the operational level. That's the main purpose. To establish a relationship between operational level and the management. Management means top management, no? management level. Right. But how coordination happens? What is required for coordinating? It is done through the communication or information, sharing information. Then vertical communication or vertical information flow is required to do this. That is what mentioned in the picture downloaded here. Right. Information flow or communication should happen, but it has two components. Vertical communication has two components. What is the first one? One is downward communication is the first one, or top-down communication. Where all elements what we discuss in planning should be communicated from the top level of the organization to the lowest level. It is said as the downward communication. Communication is another topic mentioned in leading. Again, we will revisit to this in details there. Right. Then top managers are playing the task sending role here. They are the task senders, no? Managers are the task senders. Then lower level people are the task recipients. But they also should do the other part of the communication here, coordination here. What is that? Upward communication. Upward. Or bottom up communication. But they are not the task senders, no? They are the reporters as the task recipients. Therefore, all the feedback, criteria, grievances, performances, goal achievement, not goal setting, goal achievement, feedback, customer complaints, etc. should be communicated from here, no? As a task recipients using the upward communication. Right. then both downward and upward communication components complete the vertical coordination to achieve that aim. Aim is what? To have establish and maintain the good relationship between managers and the operational core of the business. This is applicable to any organization, even whatever the hierarchy. This applies to any business. For a small business also, no, this applies. The owner manager should communicate to the downward communication. The employee should communicate through the upward communication. That's how vertical coordination happens there. But there are no departments. But these employees should communicate to each other, no, in a team. Where the other component happens. Right. So sometimes owner manager and employees work together, no? Communicate together. It's a group communication, not hierarchical communication. It's a group communication. The group communication applies in the horizontal or lateral communication. To do the horizontal coordination, the other part. Their teamwork should happen. Here, no much teamwork. Here only the group work happens. Right. But to do horizontal coordination, teamwork should be there. That helps achieving the synergy in goal achievement. But both have their each purpose. One cannot replace the other. Both should be done. Right, then clustering of jobs as well as objectives of an organization result in collection of entities rather than a unified whole. Yeah, it displays the power of synergy, teamwork to do that or to help doing the horizontal coordination. Right. The aim of this is what? To achieve the synergetic results. Right? Among different, with the contribution of different departments, of people in different departments or divisions. So with the teamwork, if no department, all of them should work in a team. Therefore, teamwork is applicable to any business, no? Even for a small business. Owner, manager, and employee should show that teamwork. The communication is number one. Right. That's how we should identify and briefly explain the three functions in organization. What are the three functions? Job designing, departmentalization, and the coordination. Coordination had two folds, two types. But departmentalization also had many types, no? Many types. Job design also had many types. Many types for that is different job design techniques. Methods we are. Right, then before the break, I think we can finish the lesson now. 2 p.m. We have come to the last learning point to identify these different organizing principles or principles of organizing. Some of these might be heard already, no? Discussed already within this class. Right. I will take this one first. Chain of command. What's the meaning of that principle? Chain of command. Even now we discussed, no? Just before we discussed that. All positions in an organization. Here position. All positions in an organization should be driven or linked from the top level to the lowest level, unbrokenly or successively, like a chain. Like a chain. That's why that principle is said as chain of command principle. Right. That's the hierarchy, organization's hierarchy. Then this is the opposite one to that. Scalar principle is the opposite one to the, or well connected one to the chain of command. It says what? All positions in an organization, right, should report, no, from the lowest level to the top level. But that meaning is not given here. A different meaning is here. It says that a clear and unbroken line of authority that extends from the lowest, not authority actually, extension of the presentation of the authority only now we talk, no, under the chain of command principle. Here, not authority, responsibility, ne? Responsibility. A clear and unbroken line of responsibility should extend from the lowest level to the highest level. That's what we considered as task recipients, the role of the task recipients. They should report, no, all the goal achievements, feedback, performance, problems, issues, even good things, all should be reported. No? That is their responsibility. But senior managers also have that responsibility, no? To whom they should report. They should report to the owners, stockholders. Mainly then, commonly then, AGM. But they prepare periodical documents, no? Annual documents to do that. But the statutory meet in an AGM. Right. This is another one. That is what I mentioned relating to the nature of the metrics departmentalization structure. What is this principle? But this principle says each person, no, or each employee in an organization or subordinate in an organization must have only one boss to report, one immediate boss, one immediate boss to report. But it should be considered, no? Even modern organization, it should be considered. Otherwise, the administrative function of the business cannot be enhanced, cannot be achieved. Right. Therefore, all these principles should be considered. At the same time, looking at the flexible nature, sometimes they can skip, bypass them and work. It doesn't say all these should be forgotten. That is not the task now. By respecting these, sometimes flexible decisions should be made. Right. Then I skip some of the. Oh, no, we skip this one. It is another different organizing principle. What is that? Span of control or span management. Span management. What's the meaning of that? There should be a number of subordinates, no, to a particular boss, immediate boss, to manage them effectively. The number should be effective or reasonable or manageable. This is another principle. But when the position goes to the lower level, we see this number is higher. Span number is higher. Therefore, the lower level positions, managerial positions, they have wider span of control. Wider. Then upper managerial positions have narrow span of control. In an organization structure or the departmental diagrams, structure diagrams we use could communicate. No? When the organization functions become very complex, the span management number It's vary. But there are different factors determining that. Not only the complexity of the business, nature of the business, there are some other things like organizational policies, the industry where it operates. There are different factors. Senior managers' attitudes, policies, values. Right. There are some more organizing principles. One is that delegation. Right. What's the meaning of delegation? What happens there? This happens only between the immediate two levels. Delegation happens in the immediate two levels in the hierarchy. Right. Then delegation means assigning. Assigning. Delegating means assigning or giving. Not all authority, but part of that. Part of that to the immediate subordinate. The general manager, functional manager relationship. But we mentioned the general manager can assign one task to a marketing manager or a finance manager. Right. That's how delegation should be known between the immediate two levels. But they can assign only the task or the authority, not the responsibility. Yeah? Responsibility cannot be assigned. It should be oblique, personal. It cannot be assigned. Only the authority can be assigned, or the task can be assigned. Right. But duty should be performed by the person personally. Right. Duty to perform is the responsibility. No, it is a duty. But here there are two other words coming together with the authority. What are the two other words? I explained one as responsibility. There's another one. It is called accountability. In Sinhala, it is said as responsibility is called in Sinhala as Vagavimana. This is called as Vagavimana. 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 What's the meaning of the accountability? If one particular person cannot perform the task assigned to him or her, it is okay, but valid reasons should be given for the non-performance, for the difference, for deviance. In writing notes orally, using a particular acceptable way, the valid reasons for the particular difference in performing the task should be given, communicated. Right. That is called Vagavim. වගකීමෙන් බැහැරවීම ගැන සංනිවේදනය කළ යුතුයි. ඒක බව වගකීම. As human beings, it can happen, no? Right. Therefore, that is excused subject to the communication, proper communication with the reasons. Therefore, the three words authority, responsibility, accountability go together. Very mutually related. All should be considered to explain the organizing principle of delegation. Delegation. Then this is another opposite term, similar and opposite, different term to the delegation. What is that? Decentralization. Then delegation brings authority between the immediate two positions in the hierarchy. But decentralization means bringing authority or distributing authority throughout the organization, over the hierarchy. It happens with the senior manager's kind of delegation. Right. That's how we should differentiate delegation and decentralization. Both are similar, aims are similar, but decentralization, we see the bringing authority throughout the hierarchy, over the hierarchy. In delegation, it happens in a nut of the hierarchy, two nuts, immediate two nuts of a hierarchy, in a hierarchy. Hierarchy is the chain. Right, authority means the legitimate legal right or legal power to influence. These are different explanation. One way authority can be defined as the legitimate power or legal right to influence to others based on the particular boundaries. Authority boundaries. In other way, it can be considered as right to make decisions. Authority means right to make a decision based on that authority position and direct others and take carry out actions. Allow actions allow. Then in that way, we can identify two types of organizational authorities. One is positions having line authority and positions having staff authority. Some positions have both. Now, current HR managers, no? HR managers, those positions can be identified as positions having both these, but they are more doing the staff holding staff authority positions. But now modern HR managers supposed to be having line authority also to a certain level. I mean, line authority means they are also directly contributing to achieve the corporate goals. Therefore, not only for their people in their department, sometimes HR managers can give commands to people in other departments also, but on HR matters, all organizations, HR matters, not on marketing matters. Then line authority means the positions can exercise their authority to achieve to contribute the organization's major goals. The chief executive officer or managing director, the general manager, then marketing managers, production managers can be considered as line authority position. Then staff authority positions cannot give up. They are not contributing to the goal achievement directly, but they are doing that indirectly, providing sharing expertise or giving advice to others. What are the questions you are knowing those? Auditors, internal auditors, external auditors, then finance managers, accountants, ICT managers, then tax advisors, management consultants, they are holding life staff authority positions. They can use their expertise to help achieving the corporate goals. They are doing a playing a supportive role, secondary role. But with that, we can't abolish them. No? We can't abolish those. Those are also essential for an organization. So in a university, staff members can be divided into 2 or 3. One is academic staff members. No? They are having line authority because they are directly doing the jobs in a university or a school. No? Teachers. Right. But in a university, there's another work group called administrative group for the academic support staff groups. They are having the staff authority. They are playing a supporting role. But without them, university cannot function properly. No? Even the maintenance staff members' job is very essential. No? Otherwise, we can't attend the work. We can't live there. Both are required. But this is another new organizing principle, HR principle, considered as empowerment. Worker empowerment or employee empowerment. It means allowing the employees to use their authority, in a genuine sense, in an actual sense. Then more autonomy should be given to them, more freedom should be given to them, more trainings, opportunities should be given to them. These are the different requirements to practically implement this concept. Worker empowerment. Right. This is not only applicable to the internal customers, employees, but now today it is applicable for the external customers also. No? It is called empowering customers. No? Then organizations trying to improve quality continuously should empower their customers also. But before that, they should empower their employees to serve customers better than before. Try to empower customers and consumers. Now, companies should use modern technologies, no? User-friendly technologies. Then they can give full use information in a full scale. Right. Then they can train people in technical skills as well as in soft skills. Both should be developed. So communication. Communication is a number one. Number one. That should be given to the frontline staff members. Massively, periodical, continuous. They are the ambassadors of the organization. Frontline staff members. No? Based on their behavior and courtesy, visitors evaluate about the organization also. Right. That's how the empowerment concept should be considered in management. But it should be practiced over the hierarchy. First, senior managers, top managers should empower middle managers. No? Middle managers. Then through the middle managers, they should empower lower level managers and employees. It also happens like a chain. Then senior managers should be empowered by whom? By the owners, no investors, shareholders. Yeah, they should be given enough freedom to make decisions in a flexible manner. Enough funds should be given. Enough resources should be given. They also should be trained. Yeah, only the management development. They should be facilitated to develop. But practically both go similarly, training development go similarly. Right. But conceptually, we use the training for employees, no? We use the development for managers. But some say worker development is also no? In that way, worker development. Therefore, we should not bother about these narrow definitions. We can consider training development simultaneously. Or in other terms, we can say on technical matters, training should be given to develop skills. To change the attitudes, the development should be given. Development means changing that, developing the attitudes, the thinking patterns. But through a training, it is very difficult to change the attitudes and thinking patterns. Only skills can be trained. Therefore, both should go together. Training education or training development should go together. These programs are not training programs. These are educational programs. BSc and applied. It's a huge educational program to develop your knowledge, attitudes, professionalism, and skill. But by the time skills are also developed, you can develop your communication skills, critical thinking skills, analytical skills, some technical. And there are courses to help your computer skills, communication skills. Business communication is also there. You might be exempted. Right. This subject involves everything as a generalist course, no? General course, management. But mainly focuses to enhance the knowledge of management. Right, then here we will have a break for about 15 to 20 minutes. Coming back, we will have the pitch for organizing. After that, today I think we can have more time to do not only one case, some cases. Okay, online members also can have your on break. From there, it is for about 15 to 20 minutes. Then coming back, we will continue. Now this handout is over, right? All right. Okay. All right. Yeah. Now you are going to give it up. All right. No, sit and give us. What's your name?
Number 20, Atin.
Right. About the organizing, what you learned today?
We learned organizing. There are three functions. One is job design, and second department orientation and coordination. My learning is going to category department orientation, one is people orientation, second functional, product, customer, people, and department orientation. And another two functions have one is job planning and coordination. In the design, we learn duties and techniques in job planning. Then coordination have two categories of vertical and horizontal.
Right. You talk about the three functions in organizing. Okay.
தூக்கம்டா எனக்கு செல்லணும் மாதிரி தெரிஞ்சு போவாங்க அது வேற ஒன்றும் இல்லை சார் நான் நேசித்தான் நான் சொல்றேன் இன்னைக்குல ஃபுல்லாகவே நோட் சொல்லி வச்சுல பார்க்கல தெளிவாயிடும் அதை போய் என்ன நீ படிச்சே பெரும்பாலும் இப்ப பார்த்து சும்மா நீ இந்திதான் முதலாவது நாள் செய்யல இந்திதான் சுற்றுலாவது அப்படி வாசிக்க அதுக்கு Then you speak. Screen share பண்ணீங்க. இது வந்து பண்ணல. ஆத்துல நீங்க ஸ்கிரீன்ல ஷேர் பண்ணீங்க.
WhatsApp पे आ रहा है।
And also,
Site
that's good. Teams might be zero.
Now, so far we did communication. Grab the thing. Okay. Okay. So after completing only one, time remains, we will move to the other one. That's what I mean. I mean, if you check. Writing. Writing also. He said that you need to know how to write, present the writings for the questions of a case. That's what I mentioned. Explain orally. By the time you should jot down the points. You didn't note down. Word to word, it should be given. Then shall we first finish this, please? Now, one already answered because he wanted to leave to an exam test in the evening. But then we will follow the same name list. Right, Veerasinghe 001. What you learned today?
My friends, present and basics, working on 3 concepts. Continuing the inside and bottom. Inside and coordination. The field don't design. So design mainly answer maybe and usually just for determine asking the duties and other responsibilities.
Right. Okay. Then this one, Chamika, number 2.
To fill the activity and managers to maintain good relationship among them. Managers are tenders and employees are tasks.
You what now? Yeah, then
Communication and non-verbal communication.
on the word. Explain the 2 types of coordination. Rabukkana, number 3.
Authorities take a power to exert influence with the certain boundaries or the right to make decisions. There are 2 main types of authority. Line authority is existed to achieve major goals. And the other one is staff authority, which is not directly responsible for major roles, but play the supportive roles. Example like advisory.
Right, consultants, auditors. Right, Pambuk well, no more here, no? Mineka. Number Menaka. Menaka, Mineka. Menaka, number 5, absent. IR Jayasinghe, number 6.
organization to achieve the strategic goal. Organizing has the basic function, so designing, departmentalization and coordination. Coordination we can do vertical and horizontal.
Next one, MR Jayasinghe, number 7. MR Jayasinghe. What's your answer? Number 7. MR Jayasinghe. Okay, ready?
There are 3 functions of organization. First is job defining. Second is departmentalization. Third is coordination. Job defining means act of determining tasks and responsibilities of job. There are some functions of job defining like that job simplification, job rotation, and job enlargement and job enrichment. Job rotation means systematically shifting from the singular jobs in periodically. Job enlargement means giving more tasks to employee to scope of the jobs, like horizontal logging. Job enrichment means increase both of number of tasks and increase the total of the employee in the overall class. That's all.
Next one, we report number 9.
Dedicate their operation task in the subordinate. Education helps and empowers employees to take their own of their tasks.
Yeah, it happens between the immediate 2 levels, no? Delegation. In the hierarchy, it takes only 2 nuts. Immediate 2 levels, 2 nuts, 2 positions. Madhushani, 10. Samarapur, YG, number 11. How it appears? Product departmentalization. How it looks like. Surprising. In addition to the functional departmentalization, the organization may have another level, no? At the same level to utilize resources to different products it offers, no, to the market. Yeah. Then it is a hybrid type, no? Hybrid type. Project to product. Hybrid. Now hybrid term is everywhere, no? Hybrid vegetables are there, hybrid vehicles are there, hybrid goods are there. Likewise, hybrid these are hybrid structures, department. And then Samanwali.
This structure focuses on producing effective results and increasing the efficiency of the project.
Kamundia, 1-3. Can you give a practical example for this? Based on your working experience. You are working. Assume that you are working for a chief accountant, right? Or as an accountant, you are working for the finance manager. Assume then how the lower position can be delegated. So if a finance manager can assign the whole financial statement preparation to the accountant, no? Then he or she can lead the members. Right? Because finance manager does not want to look after that, no? He or she has more diverse tasks. Like a small example. Then delegation has happened. Because finance managers should look after investment matters, no? Working capital, cash flow, funding, sourcing, investing, everything. Share market things, those things. Regulations. Then he or she should attend in the audit committee, no? Those things. Then better to, assign those technical tasks to the accounting people. That is their job. Okay, right. Later, the same accountant can hold the finance manager position. Chief accountant. But better to have a qualification also, like MBA type qualification, not only the technical qualification already earned. Right. You are covered there. Next one, Jai Singh. KTD.
Relationship between organizations, departments, divisions, and employees of workers. And there are two types: vertical coordination. First one, in vertical coordination, the superior authority coordinates his work with that of his subordinate and vice versa. For example, a sales manager will coordinate his tasks with his sales supervisors. On the other hand, all sales supervisors ensure that they work in sync with the sales manager. Second one is horizontal coordination. In horizontal coordination, employees of the same status establish a relationship between them for better performance. For example, the coordination between department heads or supervisors
So what are the methods they use? Actually, what are the methods they use to do the vertical coordination? What are the techniques or methods, usual methods they are using to share information? Huh? What? Departmental? Yeah, yeah. What are the examples for the departmental communication? Meetings, no? Normally they do meetings. What kind of meetings? Departmental meetings or management meetings, committee meetings, management committee meetings. In our department, our faculty, there are heads meetings with the head of department. Those are called head of department meeting. All heads should attend. They hold different departments. But dean is there to chair the meeting. Then here, if it is general manager, then they will have those meetings with the general manager. Or no direct general managers, only directors, then one director or then with the managing director. Right, then Sudarsha, 1-5. This can be assigned similar kind of jobs. For example, it can be applied for a higher position like in the class. Yeah, to indicate that example, you have to use arrows as we use in a food chain. Food chain in our primary classes, we did know for science food chains with arrow. Then position. I mean, in a line, it should be linked. First, you can say average class or normal class, arrow, special class, arrow, data operator, arrow reception. Likewise, the same worker can be engaged, but he or she should have the willingness and capability to do that. It is possible mostly at these lower levels, but that cannot work in upper levels. Those are different expertise, different disciplines. We go at the number 16, 16. Yanagi, 17.
Which means allowing employees to complete their certain tasks or their normal day-to-day operation tasks. To get it in sufficient way, company should be able to give them proper training and the resources. From that, they can freedom. They have freedom to give a proper outcome of the given task.
Wonder, 18.
mostly suddenly goes as the corporate customer department and finance department.
Yeah, looking at the customer categories, different departments should be identified. In with the along with the functional department. Gautam, 19.
My learning point is staff authority, and this authority assigned to the position who are not directly responsible for the organization goals and purposes. This mainly play advisory roles. For the example, auditors, internal auditors, external auditors, finance managers, tax consultants. Those are the roles.
It is in the normal situation, no? But if it is the organization is an audit firm, that is their main job, no? Auditing. Then for an audit firm, the audit teams are doing the main function, no? They are contributing. That's how you should understand. Then for them, marketing, etc., may be the supportive one, no? For an audit firm, marketing, business development, those should be supportive. ICT also. But if they provide ICT consultants, then they are also doing the main part. That's how practically these should be understood. Then first you should know the primary business, no, of the organization. After that, these positions should be identified. Right there. 21 is no more, only hyphens, dash. Ithanagi, number 2. Right.
My learning point is job designing function. Job designing is the act of determining the task and responsibility. The aim of this technique is enhance efficiency. There are more job designing techniques. First one is job simplification, and second one is job rotation. That one we can apply only for the supporting level jobs or lower level jobs. And third one is job enlargement, and they are giving more tasks to employee. And aim of this technique is utilize different competency. Fourth one is job enrichment. Increase both the number of tasks and increase in the control. And example is giving more responsibilities and also giving more subordinate employees.
Yeah, giving promotions also, it happens, no? That is happening, no, in promotions. Then the person is elevated, no, to a more responsible position. No? As an example, earlier, he or she might be working as an assistant manager, assistant accountant, or assistant manager. Now, it can be promoted as the accountant or the manager. The responsibility goes up. That means climbing the ladder, career ladder, hierarchy. That's how practically these things are happening. (23) No such a student under this. Right, Mohammed, 24.
Yes, sir. Can you hear?
Yes.
My learning point is vertical coordination. Vertical coordination means establishment of relationship between operational and top level managers. It happens through communication. Communication means upward communication and downward communication. It will reduce the gap between higher level and lower level management.
Okay, both the formal, informal methods can be used in a mixed way to do this. But anyhow, it should move, information should move from top to the lower and lower to the top under the vertical. Yeah. Okay. Then another one appeared as Ahmad 25. But for more days he was absent. Today also same, no absent. Right. Then next two are numbers only 26, 27. No students for these numbers. Next one Khalid 28.
Basic functions. This is job designing. Means act of determining the task, duties, and responsibilities. Departmentalization. Grouping usually to job design. Next, coordination. There are two types of coordination: vertical and horizontal coordination. Vertical coordination means the aim of vertical coordination is create relationship between the operator and the top level management. There are two components under the vertical coordination: downward communication and the upward communication. Next, the horizontal coordination. The main aim of the horizontal coordination is the achievement of objectives through the team.
The next two numbers are also in blanks 29, 30. No students for these. 31 is available. Randika.
Point is departmentalization. Departmentalization means the clustering of jobs into units, department or divisions. There are six types of departmentalization methods. That methods are people organizational structure, functional departmentalization, product departmentalization, customer departmentalization, geographical departmentalization, and metric departmentalization.
Practically, we can see mixed type. Right. Farman, online, no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What's your answer?
My learning is today geographical departmentalization. Geographical departmentalization involve the primary and supporting function of the organization activities arranged based on the region or international market, where there is a benefit that the company can use their local expertise and also quick decision can be made, and also the country manager who is there, he will be motivated to make the decision, make the decision. The challenges which are there, the roles will be duplicated and increase the cost of the company, and there might be culture coordination issues.
Yeah, cross-cultural issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, also, I mean, based on another geographical area, not to the class, then you better know these. The cross-cultural differences between Sri Lanka and Arabian countries. At nutshell, what are the examples? Cross-cultural differences.
Cultural differences are there. Like here, like our Sri Lanka is a country where multicultural country, multicultural values are there. Here, like
you are homogeneous. You are having more homogeneous monocultures, no?
Yes.
Monoculture.
Yeah.
Now, since a lot of people are coming to your places for the working purpose, then in future you also would appear as a multicultural.
Yeah.
No?
Yes, sir.
But impact is very minimal. Right. Okay. Right. Thanks. Next one, Hasim.
Command means that all the persons in an organization should be linked to the composition of the organization through successful layers. And linked command, each person in an organization must have only one clear role. Reporting relationship to only one person.
These are general understanding, practically, but there are some exceptions, no? Right. Sometimes we were supposed to report to our parents, but without reporting, no, we have done some other things, no? Right. Hiding them. Sometimes we don't communicate them immediately. After a certain period of time, we were comfortable to inform them. Those are happening in the organizations as well. Right. Lakma, 34. They absent. Then next one, 35. Throughout blanks. Next one, Jayasant, 37. Absent. Gunaratna, 38. Maybe absent. Kalasini should be here. Right.
Application can be industrial work. The main aim is to achieve the synergetic results.
Okay. Kaligamagi. Only name was given.
Coordination. Vertical coordination means how the superior coordinate his work with his subordinates and vice versa. And it has top to bottom management arrangements also.
Right. So Isa. Rotation, no?
Can be a type of the other hand, one of the company procedure.
But shifting the worker over the same task does not come under this, no? It is shift working, no? Right. Yeah, worker should be rotated over similar different task. No? Then in the supermarket chains, that is working, no? For sales girls, sometimes they are I mean, they playing the cashier role. Then they are arranging the products for the nice display. Then sometimes they may be working in a warehouse. Warehouse, no? Then what is? They are doing cleaning also. There should be a different cleaning staff. Likewise, they can perform similar tasks. Then key super Kagis are not recruiting, no? Different people for them. The same worker should do this. It is better for them also to minimize the work boring and to use the different skills. They are paid the same, right? No commissions or something for these things. The same payment is done. It's a requirement. During interviews, I think this might be informed for them, no? During the interviews also. In explaining the task profile, this might be explained. Right, everything.
task status, and it basically happening in and their informations. It happening download communication and upward communication. This can apply in any business in the following steps, and it's mean the group work is happening. Second one is horizontal coordination. It's the it's the same status establish the relationship between team for better performance. It explains the power of the synergy and to achieve the synergetic goals.
Right. In that example, the same girls or staff members who have performed well in these might be promoted, no, as the outlet manager. Then she comes with a nice saree, right? Then we were very happy to see that. No? One day I congratulated one girl who says that you are not manager yet. They were hardworking in all matters. This one Gaia online.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what's your
Today my learning point is delegation. Delegation is that some of the top management, they are assigning their from their job, they are assigning some part to the lower level staff through while they are giving this job to this lower level staff, they will give to this particular staff some kind of some authority level and some responsibilities, as well as some accountability also regarding the particular job.
Right. Next one, Udayanga, number 8 via online again.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, next two are online. Yeah, next one, Udayanga.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, yes, very clear.
Okay. Yeah. Today my learning point is job designing. One of the basic function of organization. Job design is decide the task and responsibilities of job, and there are 4 ways. First one is job simplification. In job simplification, limited group and task are highly related, and job holder are only having small number of narrow activities. And second one is job rotation. It is a system that shifting workers to similar job periodically. And third one is job enlargement, adding more tasks to employer, expanding the scope of the job. We called it as a horizontal loading since it increase width of the job. The last one is job enrichment. Here in job enrichment, we can see increase both the number of tasks and control that the employee has on task. It is a vertical loading since increase the depth of the job.
Right. Are you working somewhere?
Yes, sir.
Then what kind of job design techniques you were benefited?
Most job simplification.
Then you have to do very limited tasks.
Yes, sir.
Very narrow tasks. Then how about your behavioral response for that? Do you
Sorry,
feel
sir?
boring, fatigue, monotony?
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's good, sir. Yeah.
Then next, you have to show colors to get more new tasks from the management.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
But sometimes these, minimize the motivation of the job. But anyhow,
Sometimes.
they should understand the organization requirements. Anyhow, they have to work for the organization, live in that. Then they have to, be patient enough to wait and see, unless the time is given, chance is given for you, to show your colors.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Right, next one, Rishmi, again online. Rishmi, today absent. Last day came via Teams. Today I think I didn't count online participants. Anyhow,
Excuse
you are there?
Yes, sir. I am 026 Madhusan Samudra. Isn't there my name in register, sir?
Today only you are coming here.
No, sir. Actually, sir, today, Saturday is working days. So we was unable to attend last week, but I see recordings.
What's your name then? I should write
Samudra.
down.
Madhusan Samudra. Madhusan Samudra, sir.
What's the name?
Koparage.
Huh?
Koparage Madhusan Samudra.
Koparage, no?
Yes, sir. K-O. K-O. Koparage.
Do you know your number, last digits of the number, registration number?
026, sir.
In this name, you are only I think.
Sorry, sir.
This class. Okay, then what's your learning point?
Yes, sir. Today learning point is coordination of organization. This is one of the basic function of organization. There are two coordination methods. They are vertical and horizontal coordination. If I talk about vertical coordination, organization establish the relationship between operation team and management of organization. It fills the gap between operation level and management level through communication. If I talk about horizontal coordination, clustering of jobs as well as organization of and clustering of job as well as objective of organization result in collection of entities rather than unified wholes.
Right. Okay. You are okay then. Rishmi was absent, no? 31. He didn't respond. Right. I think everybody took part, no, today. Anyone as unattempted? All took part, no? Right. Make sure then, meantime, I will have the total count. $30. There's a slight increment in the participation. For 25, for towards 30. That's good. Okay, then I think everybody participated now in this quiz about organizing. Right, then half an hour is more to finish. Then we will use this to have a case study from the book. But as he commented, thanks for the comment for everybody's benefit. Then half an hour, can we read and finish one from the book? Takes more time to see the page. No? As he requested, because need to give some answers, I should see the material. Yeah, recently we did the PXM case, no? Indian one, I think. Then I gave two questions. No, it had questions, not two questions. The question was why Ahmad, Mr. Vijay is facing these problems, no? But I clearly already explained this, no? 5 points. Yeah, what's the first point I mentioned? At least 5 points should be briefly explained. For a case answers need not to give long question answers. Briefly, to the point it should be given. Right, what's the first point I said? Planning, no? Strategy mapping, no? Yeah, as per the, you may write down, no? There should be an introductory sentence, no? As per the as per the given information, what do you answer for the question 1? On the last day, we had a case, VXM case study. I read the paras one by one throughout the case, and at the end, there were 2 questions given by the authors of the book as why the CEO Vijay Kamath has been facing these problems. Now I already explained these points. You all were also there, no? But now they are asking answer it rightly. They with this later they can write properly. Right, then the introductory approach to the first answer as per the information. As per the information case, you have to write down this.
Feel better. There are advantages and
Off your mind. Unmute. Sorry, mute. See, unmute please. If you want to talk, then non-net talk. Otherwise, please close that. Then the personal matter also will give to us. Right, as for the information given in this case and the relevant concepts or fundamentals, relevant fundamentals of management. Following reasons, you have to change the writing as per the task. Following reasons can be briefed out. Reasons can be briefed out. That is enough, no? You have to put the number of the question. Right, then bullet wise, so another sub number wise, you can present the answer. Better to use bullets, ne? We don't order them, no? Then no need of using numbers. If you need to present, show the order, rank it, then use numbers. Otherwise, you can use bullets. But question numbers should be used as it is in the question paper. Don't modify them. Then some examiners will give 0 marks. They are not, all are not in favor of students. They are very formal. Right, whatever the Arabic number, Roman or alphabet with bracket on the paper, follow it. Previous papers. Don't modify them. But no logic to, select the questions in the order. Following the instruction, you can change the selection of the questions. But all should be answered as mentioned there. But don't change modify the numbers. Numbering system. Numbers. Right. The selection can be done based on your convenience. That is another exam technique, no? Selection. Right. First bullet. I remember I was explaining something related to the lack of translation of the plan. No? Yeah, we identified those strategy mapping those things. How we get these? Using the knowledge, concept knowledge, and information. First, you have to know. You should know the question, meaning of the question. You know what to do, there. Right. It is seen that, no? It is seen that. Use passive voice. it is seen that in this organization, or you can use the actual name or the generic name, you have to show that you know these. Know and know how to apply this. Those should be. It is noted that in this organization, the translation is of plan. Translation of plan is lacking, no? Lacking in the sense that lacking. Oh, full stop and you can start anywhere. In the sense that the management has not mapped the plans, has not mapped the plans to intellect it, interlink, no, not intellect, interlink it to all four key drivers, all four key drivers, namely, till the first sentence goes, namely, then four areas should be mentioned, no? Namely, customer perspective, financial perspective, internal controls, internal processes, and then learning and growth. Is this enough as one problem identification part? No, right. But to the next, yeah. But in some other question, here it is not asked. Solution has not been asked. Reasons only, no. But sometimes in another case, as the second answer, second part, you have to give recommendations. Then stopping in this way is enough. Good. Then for the same point, you have to recommend solution. Then you have to continue the other part. I wanted to explain, but here need not to do that. But in this case, second question is a different one. It is what did the management consultants do a good role, no? As a different one. First question needs only the reasons, different reasons. We assume that giving 5 reasons are enough to earn about 10 marks. Right. Likewise, you have to present the other points also. But those should be relevant, no? As the reasons the CEO has faced. Right. Second one, I give that also as from another step in the general plan, execution, plan operations. Isn't that? Right. Then the next point, then straight away you can give the point. The approach sentence was already given, no, at top. Right. Second one, it is also noted that. The management of this organization always knows use the same word. Here you can use another one, another pattern. VXM, the management of the VSM, use the same name given in the case. The art of writing. In local language also we do the same. not only in English, in our own language also, we have learned now in our school days now, how to write essays nicely. Essay writing is a must. You to communicate with the written communication. Essay writing done in your early days. Later you can't develop it. Those should have been developed in your school days. But we were doing those things, blaming our teachers, no, those days. Today also he is giving the essay. Homeworks. We used to blame them. Now we see the advantages, no, of our primary education. We have to remind and respect our noble teachers. And this one, the management of the BSN company, no, company has not executed, its general plans using or based on it's action plans, no, action plans, not general plans, action plans. Where now we are in the operation level. No? Then we considered three components, no, three techniques to do that, no, to support that MBO, then planning plans, single use, no. Better use them to show that you know these things. Right. But anyhow, problem area should be noted in the plan execution. Right. But giving that is not enough. You have to elaborate how it should have happened. Right. Then these are the reasons, no? To say these are some few reasons, right, to happen these problems, especially for the CEO. He is finally responsible, no, for all these to ensure these are happening throughout the organization. That's why I think authors have asked in that manner, have asked this question in that manner. Using action plans, using or based on the MBO, based on the MBO management by objectives, MBO process, then comma standing plans, comma and single use plans. Right. Key problem area is what here? Improper execution of plans. The key problem area of the previous point is what? Poor translation of the plan. Right. Likewise, these two are enough to take from planning. Or else you can derive another point, some more points from planning. Right. But we will select them from others to minimize the risk. Right. Risk of rejecting your point. Then what are the other things I can explain? At least three more. Three more would have been explained. To come all as 5 points. What are the other things? I remember one was given regarding the performance evaluation system. That is lastly, no? So before the last point. Third or fourth one. What is the point I mentioned? Thirdly, system. Right. Yes, yes. The next problem area, ne? The next problem area. The next point, the next bullet, and start the explanation as the next problem area. Always don't say it is also noted there. The next problem area can be seen with regard to the strategic thinking of managers of this organization. Then full stop. Then continue. It is incomplete. You have to explain that little bit. In here, the senior management of the organization in particular, the senior management of the organization in particular, has not approached strategically with a big picture view, of the business, overall business. To utilize resources, or deploy resources. Today we noted that deploy resources to achieve its corporate goals. That is enough, no? Right. Likewise, I think the two other things can be done now in your way, no? These examples are enough. Should I give the other two as well? Now these looking at these three now, you can present the other two. From where I gave the fourth one? From where? Right. Yeah. Then here, if you are going to tell something about, I present another problem area about the planning, organization, leading, controlling method. We don't see, no enough information as to consider and decide in this organization, planning, organizing, leading, controlling happen in a mutual need. Right. In that way, that point should be given. The last one, I think, was given to straight away highlight the non-appearance of the 4 indicators, no, in the performance management system. It has already been given. That's the burning issue. Right. Then these 2 points that can be given in that way. That's how similar questions should be addressed to provide similar answers. Now you can do that, no? But you had the problem to ensure you are writing part. Okay, yeah. This is not an A-level class. Higher educational class. More and more tasks should be given to the students in revisions. Right? But I should give guidelines. So I gave more visible guidelines. Right? In giving some answer points also. Right? In writing. But I didn't write you wrote, no? Then second question asked by the authors in that case was, did management consultants make a good role, good job for the company? Yeah. For such a question, then first you have to give the short answer as yes or no. But you have to elaborate. Justify the one you say. Here, what is your view? Have they done a good job or not? Based on their requirement? Based on the requirement expected by the management from them? Have they done? Yes, I think no. They have also proposed, identified or proposed the weakness, inherent weakness or weaknesses of the current performance management system of the company. Then you have to reproduce, no? That answer point also in writing the answer for that. Reproduce. The last point, in the last point of the first answer also, no, we mentioned about that. It all right. That's the nature of case study answers and questions. Right. Then the second question, number 2. First, you have to say yes. Yes, then full stop. You have to say it can be elaborated in this way. You can give some facts for your base to say yes. The management consultants. But in a balanced way, you have to write that there is a weak point also there. They say yes, it is a problem, but they wanted to market their ready-made, tailor-made package. Explain without telling the need of customization of that model to the organizational resources, especially for the people behavior. As consultants, those things should be mentioned, right? But they should not hide that. They might assume that managers should know the adaptation, but that part also should be given. No, even post monitoring, post implementation review, etc., should be addressed by the consultants. No, otherwise the assignment is incomplete. Right, that part also should be written down. Then you can present the answer as no also. No, it is neutral. Yes, and then say but. Use the term but. But that should be, presented as the next sentence. Then now we were sort of writing what? After years, the management consultants hired for this assignment have also said that the current performance management system of the organization of the company is unidimensional. Yeah, only 7 minutes. Unidimensional, whereas the organization, the management has considered only the financial aspects of it. The other three-dimensional aspects, namely Then similar things we mentioned in the above should be taken here, namely the customer perspective, internal processes, and learning and growth. Were not considered, were not included, no? Included there. Full stop. In that sense, or in this sense, comma, the management consultants, no, there is not necessarily, management consultants have also in a same opinion about the main problem of the PE system. But they have not explained, they have not advised the management the ways they are ready-made package, X12, that name E capital, ready-made package X12 should be customized, should be matched, should be implemented, should be implemented to match with the company resources. Company's resources. This brings a weakness, in the job. Expected from a consultant like this. From a consultant like this. Likewise, you can use. But any of pattern of the answer is this. If you go more way to the latter part of the answer, then first you should have presented no. Oh, you can say cannot tell anything. Then likewise. But looking at these, the marks will not be affected. Even mark, but you have to show these different interpretations as a management student. Right, that's all. Then, like us, if you don't need some written answers for other things we did during our leisure times, I can give. Right. That's what I said. We have to do the things. When we try to do the things, only the actual things come. Okay, then in these ways, today we will finish that. Thanks. Now it is already past almost 4, no? Right. Then we achieved the intended learning teaching aims today. Right. Then online members also, I think you took down, no? These points.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then thanks. Have a nice day.